Good morning and welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks Cricket Memorabilia. We've got an unfamiliar face with us this morning. It's Nicholas Sharp, very big Sussex and Ranjitsinhji collector. So hopefully you can enjoy what we've got on the show today. So welcome to Nicholas, and we're going to start with, I think, a Ranjitsinhji bat, I think. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. It has quite a story behind it. I think I purchased it at Christie's many years ago, and memory says it was £32, and it was signed by Ranjitsinhji, but it was a Harrow-sized bat. So I decided after the auction that I'd write to Christie's to see if they could let me know where, who was selling the bat. And they gave me an address and a name, and it turned out to be the Woof family from Cheltenham, Cheltenham College, who were Ranjitsinhji's coach in the old days. So Woof's son wrote me a long response to my letter and told me the story about this bat. And to my surprise, he told me that Ranjitsinhji used a Harrow-sized bat after he left school and in county cricket. And it transpired that this particular bat used by him in the 1929 season. And Sussex were playing a match against Kent and Maidstone on a brilliantly hot day. So they didn't even go to the middle to toss. So Sussex won the toss and batted. And when they got to the middle, they found there was a damp patch on a length for Freeman's bowling.
Oh.
And Sussex were devastated and got defeated. Kent were highly embarrassed and wrote to Hove and Sussex apologising for this. And when Ranjitsinhji got into Arthur Gilligan's car at the end of the match, he said, when we get this lot back to Hastings, he said, I'm going to score 100 in each innings. And Arthur Gilligan just laughed. He said, no, don't laugh, Skipper. He said, I really mean it. Anyhow, they got back to Hastings, and if I look at the bat, I can tell what happened. He scored 100 in the first innings, and 115 in the first innings, and 246 in the second innings.
Very nice too.
The next fixture, Sussex were playing Gloucestershire at Cheltenham College. And in that innings, 100 and 200, Ranjitsinhji did some damage to this bat. So he took it down to the Woof, his old coach there, and said, could you repair this bat for me? And the Woof family said, no problem, we'll deal with that. And they handed back to him at the end of the match. And at the end of the match, Juliet said to him, no, I think, you were such a brilliant coach to me. I'd like you to have this bat in any event for all the work you did for me. So that is the story of the Ranjitsinhji bat. And his son eventually sold it, as I started off, at Christie's. So there's the whole history of this bat. And the extraordinary thing is that, with the heavy bats used today, that Ranjitsinhji used to caress the ball to the boundary using a Harrow-sized bat.
No, fair play. It's a great story. Okay, we're going to go do a Ranjitsinhji story now with another cricket bat, which looks very interesting.
Yes, I have two Ranjitsinhji's bat, of which this is one, which he used. And I also have a very large Ranjitsinhji album, which I have built up over the years. And I think there's over 32 postcards in that album as a start.
We'll have a look at that later on, that'd be great.
And also in that album, way back in the early days of an auction, after Alan Ross had died and written his book on Ranjitsinhji, a whole lot of photographs of Ranji, all of which he collected for the book, came up for auction. And in those days, all the collectors knew each other, and everybody knew I was a Sussex collector. So they all stood back for me, and I got it for a really knockdown price. And the photographs are superb, and I've built on that collection over the years, and the box I keep them in is now overflowing.
Excellent. We'll have a little look at that later on. That's great. So what's the story about the Ranjitsinhji bat there?
I had two Ranjitsinhji bats, which I purchased at auctions, and I can't tell you now what price I paid for them. I think one has got a lot of Sussex signatures over the years on it.
That's got signatures on that bat, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I managed to trace them back, and I believe, as far as I can believe, because they're signed by Ranjitsinhji, that they were both used by Ranjitsinhji. But I can't kind of 100% say that. But it is my belief that is true.
Oh, fair play. Okay, we're now just getting into the Ranjitsinhji file, so we're just going to go through a few bits in that, which should look great.
Was he Albert Craig? Yeah, Albert Craig, who was a well-known writer of verse or poems and sold them round the grounds, basically of southern England, at a penny a time with a big bunch. And many collectors will have a photograph of him selling them on Kent grounds or at Lord's or the Oval. And needless to say, he wrote several poems on Ranjitsinhji. And the one I'm looking at the moment is Prince Ranjitsinhji, a prince in every sense. I mean, they're not the greatest poetry I've ever written, but they are now become very collectible and are very difficult to find because they sold at a penny each, and they got lost over the years. Yeah. So I collect anything relating to Sussex on those poems, and I suppose I've got some of Killick, several of Ranjitsinhji, and the players of that time. So I'm always on the outlook for them.
Oh, good. Yes, they certainly are collectible, that's for sure. What else have you got on that page there? What's that one there?
I don't know what that is.
Looks like a pretty little thing, whatever that might be.
Oh, it's a county picture list.
Oh, okay. Quite a pretty little fixture list. What date is it? Has it got a year on it?
You see a year on it then?
I know, what about the front? Right, we've got a lovely menu there.
Yes, this is a menu, signed menu for a complimentary dinner given to Ranji at the Guildhall in Cambridge in October 1908. It is signed on the front cover by W.G. Grace, Arthur Conan Doyle, C.V. Fry, Tom Hayward, and various other luminaries.
Lovely item, that is. Oh, well done. There's the signatures there with Grace at the top and Arthur Conan Doyle, so it's rather a special item, that one. Thanks for showing that. It's a lovely drawing.
This is a little drawing of Ranjitsinhji after he scored 125 not out against Yorkshire in 1896.
Lovely.
This is a Christmas card, one of two, that Ranjitsinhji sent to A.C. McLaren.
Oh, nice. They're signed inside? Are they signed? Okay, just the invitation.
Ranjitsinhji of Nawanaga. I don't know if the other one is signed. Some of the ones he has are signed. I also have a collection of Ranjitsinhji cigarette cards. This is one of 3 pages, and I will now turn over so you can see the other page.
Yes.
So the collection I have of Ranjitsinhji is, shall we say, somewhat substantial, I hope, yes. Oh, this is a photograph of Ranjitsinhji taken at his house, Jamnagar House in Staines, Middlesex, on the 4th of June 1932. This is
So I've got a picture of some Red Cross and vehicles by the looks of it.
this is a photo of ambulances that Ranji had given to the English Army, and he also served on the Western Front.
There's a couple of lovely photographs there, Nicholas, of Ranji.
Yes, very nice photograph in a three-piece suit. For those with clear eyesight, you can notice that he's also got the Sussex badge hanging from his waist.
Yes.
It's the Albert chain.
Yes.
Nice photographs. Another nice one there. Looking very smart, I've got to say. Yeah.
This is a photograph, another photograph of Ranji taken by C. Van Dyke of Buckingham Palace Road in London, who were the top photographers of their day.
Nice photograph.
This is another photo of Ranji, this time in military uniform.
A very nice photograph. Some interesting photographs here.
In March 1907, Ranji was installed as a prince, and shortly after that he caught typhoid. These two photographs of him shooting at Castle Goring, which at that time was owned by A.W.F. Somerset and still exists to this day. The photo on the right is one of Ranjitsinhji, and the photo on the left I needed to get translated, and then discovered that it was Ranjitsinhji's older brother, who could, if he so wished, have ruled in Jamnagar, but he had no interest in doing so. I think this is an unusual item and called Ranji's Prayer. I have no idea, I think it came from Chris Saunders, but no other dealer had seen a copy of this before, so I consider it to be unusual. This photo is one by Stearn of Cambridge, and one assumes it was taken when Ranji was at Cambridge, as he certainly looks quite young in this photo. Somehow I seem to have acquired 29 postcards of Ranjitsinhji, and 4 of them are shown here, and I will turn over and show what is on the reverse. And here is the reverse.
Some famous postcards there.